Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are well and stay healthy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. My name is Bayu Aji Rahmanto and I will discuss the tradition of Gebug Ende. First of all, do you know the tradition of Gebug Ende is one of the interesting tourist attraction, which is an interesting entertainment for those of you who want to have a vacation to the island of Bali. Maybe you are satisfied with a tour to visit tourist object and recreational place, such as watching the beauty of Kuta Beach, enjoying the fresh mountain air such as Kintamani and Bedugul, or even adventure to climb the highest peaks of Mount Agung. Besides that, to get to know the island of the gods, Bali, it is also a good idea to get to know more about the local culture. And Bali itself has many unique cultures and traditions that are quite interesting for me to recommend, such as the extension of Gebug Ende Seraya, which is an original tradition typical of Seraya village, Karangasem, Regency. Second, the Gebuk Ende Karangasem tradition, a unique tradition going down the trunks of Seraya village, is a hereditary tradition that is still being practiced. You can see Gebuk Ende on the island of Bali. Gebuk Ende is a tradition or traditional ceremony to call rain. If you are visiting the particular area of Bali, namely Karangasem in Seraya village, then in this village there is a tradition known as Gebug Ende. Gebug Ende Seraya, or it can also be called Rotan War, is a cultural heritage and ancestral tradition that is still practiced by residents today. This unique tradition is held in connection with the dry season or can be said to ask for rain of the Sasi on the Sasi Kapat or Balinese Hindu calendar, or on October to November. The geographic location of Sarai village on the highlands tend to be barren, relying on the role of nature, especially the rainy season, is highly expected and will become an obstacle if the dry season is prolonged. So further, the Gebuk Ende is always held in the dry season. Seraya village, which is located about 10 km from downtown Amlapura, travel from Denpasar about 2.5 hours by car. After passing the Taman Ujung Karangasem tourist attractions towards the hilly plateau, the produce that is quite famous in the area is raya corn, which is famous for being tasty and tender. A livelihood as a farmer, that's why water needs are the top priority in this village. For that, Gebug Ende is always held to beg for rain. The physical condition of the people on average is as strong as a remain of the legacy of their ancestors who were known to be steadfast and strong in fighting. As the vanguards of the Karangasem Kingdom soldier, the Rotten War tradition or Gebuk Ende Seraya is held in public place, which also aims to attract attention and to invite other village opponents, not only for adults, including children who want to duel and fight one-on-one. The main purpose is to ask for rain, although it does not necessarily fall to the earth, because of course it depends on him, but at least they have tried to beg God and maintain the Gebuk and the tradition so that this does not become extinct. In a match in the Gebuk Ende Seraya, two participants facing each other are ready to attack each other by carrying a stick of rattan 1.5 to 2 meters long to hit the opponent or called Gebuk and a shield called Ende to block the opponent's attack. The area where the match is not determined in size is important. The place is flat and given a good rail for the audience. The game lasts about 10 minutes. The referee or say doesn't decide win or loss. The audience can judge for themselves. Before the Gebug ended tradition, the elder offered prayers so that the procession would run smoothly and get blessing and prosperity for the people of Seraya village. Participants competing in traditional Balinese Madhya dress with a red udeng or headband, signifying a brave spirit, shirtless and wearing a sarong. The Gebuk Ende procession is accompanied by gamelan that stimulates adrenaline to keep fighting and stop after the enemy is fresh. In the match area, a rotten stick is installed as a barrier between the two players and may not enter the opponent's area. In the match, there were no doubt that many bodies were injured and stained with blood. At least, Boris, residents believed that if one of the players was injured and bled, it was hoped that the rain would fall faster. In this Gebug Ende game in Seraya, it does not only require courage, but also skill even though there are restrictions that do not allow attacking that weighs down. However, it is still dangerous to the skin of the body and head. After the battle was over, there was no grudge or anger, only joy and sincere offering to God. The and third history of Gebug Ende Karangasem tradition. In this day of the Karangasem kingdom, many Seraya villagers were assigned as a soldier to attack the Selaparang kingdom on the island of Lombok. At the time, the people of Seraya were known to be tall and strong to have human knowledge, so that they become the finger to attack the Selaparang kingdom, so that the kingdom became the territory of the Karangasem. Soldiers from the village of Seraya, who are known to be tall after winning, are not satisfied to enjoy the war. Their united spirit is still burning, so they fight with their own friends. They attack each other and fend off with existing war equipment. Along with this incident came the gun Gebuk Ende, which has been passed down until now. The spears and shield used by the soldier were replaced with rotten stick and the shield. The name Gebug Ende has a meaning, namely Gebug, which means to beat or hit an opponent, Ende, which means shield. Four rules of play for the Gebug Ende Karangasem tradition. The participant who wants to compete in media traditional Balinese clothes are equipped with udeng or red headband as a symbol of a brave soul. Then they are just shirtless and wearing sarongs. During the Gebuk Ende process, the sound of gamelan will be accompanied by the sound of gamelan so that it adds to attention and stimulates adrenaline to keep fighting. The fight will last for 10 minutes, led by the referee called Saye. The ritual will be better if during the match someone is injured and bleeds, because with this it is hoped that the rain will fall quickly. Therefore, the Gebuk Ende participant must be expert. And then, how is the form of the attraction? Plak, 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 gedebuk, gedebuk. As soon as the sound of a stick of rattan hit the ende or shield, and occasionally hit the opponent's body, even though their bodies were hit by rattan, they felt happy and while dancing with joy. Meanwhile, the sound of the timeless Balagan Gamelan as accompanied by the war atmosphere. The crowd cheers to give their support. They compete one-on-one. A stick of rattan as a bat is about 1 meter long, while the deterrent is a shield with a diameter of 60 centimeters made of layer of dry cowhide tied to a wooden frame. Their way of war can be said to be interesting and terrible, because they do a one-on-one using a rattan bat without wearing clothes, only wearing traditional clothes. Inevitably, the blood of his body or head will flow because of the blow of rattan stick. At least the breeze will make an impression every time the rotten heat lands on his back, especially when the gebuk is playing under the hot sun. Gebuk attractions are generally carried out during work breaks in the fields during the afternoon or evening, usually when the planting season approaches in the field. The people who support it believe that if one of the Gebuk's players is playing blood from a rotten blow, then there is a possibility the rain will fall quickly. In short, according to belief of the people's Raya, the Gebuk game was held in the village area to ask Ida Sang Hyang Widiwasa or God so that it will be rain sown for agriculture and consumption purpose. He admitted that it is not always after the Gebuk attraction that the rain will spontaneously fall, because the rain depends on him. At least the people had tried to appeal to those in power. If the players already hold a rotten stick and shield, there will be turmoil to advance against the enemy. It doesn't matter who your friends or relatives are fighting against. For the Gebuk players covered in blood due to being hit by rotten wire common, pain and joy mainly into one about the treatment. Oh, don't bother seeing a doctor. The wound will soon dry and heal using traditional herbal medicine. The book game's rules are very simple. The arena that used to does not require a minimum area of 6 meters. Twines or a competition judge each select the compression or adjustment of the opponent's body posture and age. Before the game begins, it is usually preceded by a preliminary game played by the twins, but not until the rotan his opponent body. This is only does briefly as an encouragement to those who will play. Usually, when the Gebuk is held in his village before the match starts, the players generally drink palm wine or sap so that the body gets hot quickly but doesn't get drunk. The rules of the game are very simple. They are not allowed to hit below the navel and hug each other, not allowed to attack beyond the boundaries of the player position. If these rules are violated and given a warning. If they don't hit the warning, they are expelled from the arena and declare a defeat. Generally, the game is short, about 10 minutes. There is no official statement from the referee for the winning or losing side. Only the audience can judge it. And then the conclusion: if you are on vacation to the Dewata Island, the Karangasem Regency area will become a mandatory holiday destination because the unique culture and tradition in this area are recommended for you, because the tourist attraction is not only in recreational areas and natural tourist objects, but also cultural tourism, such as the unique tradition that exists in the area Bali region or Karangasem, is making it a special attraction. Finally, that's all, and thank you for your attention. I hope it's useful for those who watch. See you later.